Saving money is a struggle for almost everyone. The wealthy know it's not about how much you make, but the strategy to keep it. It's about strategy, and it's a skill that can be learned. This video breaks down a plan to save your first $10,000. It's about the opportunities that number represents. If you're ready to start building real wealth, you're in the right place. Let's get you to that first $10,000 milestone. Why is the first $10,000 so important? The first $10,000 you save is the absolute hardest. When you start from zero, every dollar feels like a sacrifice. But here's the magic of hitting that first $10,000. Once you cross that threshold, something inside you changes permanently. That boulder you were pushing is now rolling, and it's starting to pick up speed. This is why I always say the first 10K changes how you handle the next 100K. The skills you forge while grinding your way to that first milestone are the exact same skills that will allow you to manage and grow much larger sums of money later on. When you have $0 saved, your money isn't working for you. But once you have a sum like $10,000, you can start putting it to work. In a high-yield savings account, that $10,000 generates hundreds a year for doing nothing. It's the start of passive income and the beginning of a snowball effect. This is the magic of compounding, and it becomes an unstoppable force over time. Beyond the math, having $10,000 saved gives you an incredible psychological advantage. It provides a safety net that separates you from financial desperation, reducing stress and allowing clearer decisions. When you have a significant savings buffer, you can start using your active income to build your future. It's the point where you stop playing defense with your money and start playing offense. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Break down saving $10,000 into smaller, manageable pieces with a deadline. A deadline creates urgency and accountability. To save $10,000, decide on a realistic timeline. A 12-month timeline means saving about $833 per month. Pick a timeline that feels challenging but not impossible. Be honest with yourself and choose your path. Once you've chosen your timeline, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months, the next step is to make it official. I want you to literally write it down. Get a piece of paper, open a note on your phone, or create a spreadsheet. At the top, write, "I will save $10,000 by your deadline date." Then write down your monthly, weekly, and daily savings targets. This simple act of putting it in writing makes it real. It signals to your brain that this is a serious commitment, not just a passing thought. This is your personal contract with your future self. Now that daily number is your new North Star. Let's say you chose the 12-month plan. So your target is $27.40 per day. Every single day you should be thinking about that number. Before you buy that coffee, ask yourself, is this worth pushing my goal back? Before you order food delivery, think, this is my entire daily savings goal right here. This doesn't mean you can never spend money on things you enjoy. It just means you start making conscious, intentional decisions. Maybe you make coffee at home and instantly save $5 towards your $27 goal. It gamifies the process. This daily target reframes your entire relationship with money. It forces you to see the small, seemingly insignificant purchases for what they are. Tiny leaks in your financial boat. One leak won't sink you, but hundreds of them will. By focusing on that daily number, you become hyper-aware of these leaks and can start plugging them one by one. You'll start to see opportunities to save everywhere. Packing your lunch for work might save you $15, which is more than half your daily goal in one move. Canceling a subscription you don't use could cover 2 days' worth of savings every month. The beauty of this system is its flexibility. If you have a bad day and overspend, you don't just throw in the towel, you just know you need to make up for it. Maybe the next day you have a no-spend day and get back on track. Or maybe you find a way to earn an extra $30 over the weekend to cover the shortfall. By breaking the massive $10,000 goal into a daily action, you give yourself hundreds of chances to succeed. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent and making that daily number your absolute priority. You're motivated, but motivation alone won't get you there. For 30 days, conduct a financial autopsy. Account for every dollar, write everything down to gather data. You can't manage what you don't measure. Use an app or spreadsheet. Consistency is key. Log expenses daily. Get an unfiltered look at where your money goes. This is like turning on the lights. You'll have a complete record of your financial behavior. It's the most powerful tool you'll have. Awareness is the first step toward change. With your data in hand, it's time to find the leaks. Categorize every expense from housing to coffee shops. Detailed tracking reveals patterns and hidden savings. Watch out for these common budget destroyers: food delivery, subscription creep, and mindless shopping. Convenience costs more than you think. Unused subscriptions add up, and those small, impulsive purchases can kill your budget. Identifying these leaks is key to plugging them for good. Now that you've identified the leaks, it's time to start plugging them. This is not about deprivation, but intention. Every dollar you spend should be a conscious choice. Instead of saying, "I can't eat out anymore," plan to eat out once a week at a place you truly enjoy. For the rest of the week, focus on meal prepping. Look at your coffee habit. Could you get 95% of that enjoyment by brewing high-quality coffee at home? Every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of life you want. You're trading a moment of fleeting satisfaction for a lifetime of financial strength. The aggregation of marginal gains means tiny improvements in many areas lead to massive overall improvement. We'll apply this to your finances. Find small, unnoticeable cuts that add up to huge monthly savings. Your spending tracker is your treasure map. Start with recurring bills. Shop around for car insurance and cell phone plans. Stop buying bottled water. Shop at discount grocers. When you aggregate these small wins, the results are incredible. You can free up thousands a year without drastic sacrifices. Let's take the guesswork out of saving. Automate it. Implement the pay yourself first method. Pay your savings goal the moment you get paid. Set up an automatic, recurring transfer to a separate savings account. This is non-negotiable. It happens automatically, like clockwork. It removes the need for discipline. Automating ensures consistent saving. This is the closest thing to a magic pill in personal finance. Log into your bank account and set up that automatic transfer now. Putting your savings into your default checking account is a rookie mistake because those accounts pay practically zero interest. Your savings account needs to be separate and working for you. This is where a high-yield savings account, or high SA, comes into play. Because they're online, they offer much higher interest rates. Many HISAs are offering rates between 4 and 5%. At a 4.5% APY, your money is actually growing. Opening an HISA is incredibly easy and can be done entirely online. It creates that crucial psychological separation, and that small delay is often all you need to reconsider an impulse purchase. This system, automating your savings into a separate high-yield account, is the bedrock of building wealth. We've talked a lot about defense, but playing defense alone isn't enough. Increasing your income is the most powerful way to accelerate your journey to that first $10,000. There's no upper limit to your income. Ask yourself, how can I earn more? Add extra income streams that fit into your life. Work smarter, not harder, and monetize your talents. Imagine adding an extra $500 a month. This is the fast-track method to supercharge your progress. Let's explore practical side hustles you can start now. The gig economy offers easy entry points. Think DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Instacart. If you have skills like writing or design, monetize them on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. Consider local services, pet sitting, dog walking, or furniture assembly. Remember, don't let your lifestyle inflate with your income. Funnel that extra money directly into savings to crush your financial goals. Okay, let's be honest, staring at a bank account balance and willing it to go up can be about as exciting as watching paint dry. The initial motivation is high, but after a few weeks or months, the grind can start to feel, well, like a grind. This is where human psychology comes into play. We're wired to respond to progress rewards and a little bit of friendly competition. So why not apply those same principles to saving money? We are going to gamify the journey. We're going to turn this chore into a challenge, a game that you're determined to win. The first step is to make your progress visual. Numbers on a screen are abstract, but a visual representation of your goal is incredibly motivating. I want you to get a piece of paper or a whiteboard and draw a giant thermometer. At the bottom, write $0, and at the top, write $10,000. Mark off increments along the way. 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Every single time you transfer money to your savings, you get to color in a new section of that thermometer. Hang it somewhere, you'll see it every single day, like on your fridge or next to your computer monitor. It's a constant, tangible reminder of how far you've come and how close you're getting. Next up, let's create some mini goals and milestones. Saving $10,000 can feel like a monumental task, like trying to climb Mount Everest in one go. But climbing to the first base camp, that feels achievable. So break it down. Your first goal might be to save your first $100, then $500, then your first $1,000. Each time you hit one of these milestones, you've unlocked an achievement. This process of hitting smaller, more frequent goals releases a little hit of dopamine in your brain, reinforcing the positive behavior and making you eager to hit the next one. This isn't just about tricking your brain, it's about building momentum. Every milestone you cross proves to yourself that you can do this. It builds self-efficacy and belief. That first $1,000 is proof of concept. It tells you that your system is actually working. It transforms the abstract idea of saving $10,000 into a concrete reality that you are actively creating. It's no longer a distant dream. It's an inevitable outcome of the consistent actions you are taking every single day. The game is on, and you are already winning. Now, no game is fun to play completely alone. This is where you bring in an accountability buddy. This could be a friend, a family member, or a partner who is also working on a financial goal. It doesn't even have to be the same goal. The point is to have someone you can check in with regularly. You can share your wins, like hitting a savings milestone or resisting an impulse purchase. You can also share your struggles, like when you're feeling tempted to splurge or frustrated with your progress. Just having someone to talk to can make a world of difference. This creates a system of positive social pressure. When you know you have to report your progress to someone at the end of the week, you're far more likely to stick to your plan. You don't want to be the one to say, yeah, I didn't save anything this week because I bought a bunch of stuff I didn't need. You want to be the one who says, I hit my next milestone on the chart. You can even make it a friendly competition. Who can save an extra $50 this month? Who can have a no-spend weekend? A little friendly rivalry can be an incredibly powerful motivator to keep you on track. And what happens when you hit those milestones? You reward yourself. But wait, and this is the most important part. We are not talking about financial rewards that sabotage your progress. Celebrating saving $1,000 by spending $200 on a fancy dinner completely defeats the purpose. We need to reward the discipline with non-financial or at least very low-cost rewards. This is about rewarding the good behavior, not the money itself. It's about reinforcing the habit of discipline. So what does that look like? If you hit your $1,000 milestone, maybe you reward yourself with an afternoon off to go for a long hike in a beautiful park. When you hit $5,000, maybe you treat yourself to a full day of guilt-free video games or binge watching that show you've been dying to see. Or you could take a bubble bath, read a book in the park, or cook a special meal at home using ingredients you already have. The reward should be something that genuinely makes you feel good and recharges your batteries without draining your bank account. You're rewarding the process, not just the outcome. So let's bring it all home. We've covered a lot of ground today, and the main thing I want you to take away from all of this is a simple, powerful truth. You don't need to make 6 figures to save 5. This isn't a goal reserved for the wealthy or the high earners. Saving your first $10,000 is achievable for anyone who is willing to create a plan, and more importantly, stick to it with consistency and determination. It's about making smart, intentional choices day after day until they become habits that build real, lasting wealth. It all starts with the decision to take control. Let's quickly recap the plan. First, you understand that this first $10,000 is the most important financial milestone you'll ever hit. Second, you set a specific time-bound goal, breaking it down into manageable monthly and daily targets. Third, you track every single dollar for 30 days to see where your money is actually going. Fourth, you slash expenses with intention, not deprivation. Fifth, you automate your savings and pay yourself first. And sixth, you supercharge your progress by adding extra income. That is the 6-step blueprint to your first $10,000. This journey, this game begins now. It doesn't start when you get a raise or when you have more time. It starts with the very next dollar you earn. Start with $1. Automate a transfer for just $1 into a high-yield savings account right now. That is your first win. Then, stay consistent. Let that $1 become 5, then 10, then 100. Let the small wins build into unstoppable momentum. And let InvesYou be your guide to financial growth every step of the way. You have the plan. Now all you need to do is execute. So if you're ready to build wealth, if financial independence matters to you, do me a favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It tells us you want more content just like this. And make sure you subscribe to InvesYou for weekly videos on investing, saving, and growing your money, starting right where you are right now. We're in this together. Remember, this is about more than just money. It's about building a life of freedom and choice. It's your money, your power.